I posted something on Facebook.
Okay.
Good evening, all, and welcome to another edition of FTB's Cop Talk. We are back after a rousing win. That, you know what, we had to come back a day late because we had to just calm down a bit and count the goals. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was dominoes that was going on. You know what I mean? And it was 6 up there. Loving that, loving life. So we're gonna say,
you mean beat up a boy face.
Bingy, welcome on the lawn, Mr. Bingy. Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Stoney. How we doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you much. Good evening, everybody here.
And good evening and welcome back, Jim.
Good evening, everybody.
Jim's just like, yeah, 6-0 is nothing, man. It's nothing.
Standard procedure.
Jim's still not impressed. You say you want some silverware, Jim?
Big time. You should know me, man.
All right. No problem. All right. Well, let's get into it. First and foremost, let's look at who was key players in that game. Who was the key players?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Mane.
Oh, go on, Stoney.
Oh, go on, Stoney.
I think it was one of those which was quite interesting when you were mentioning about the key players. I think everybody played a 7.5 plus, but for me, I'm going to mention Mane, and the reason why I'm going to say that, he got the 2 goals, but this game, he actually played in a different position. He actually played central where Firmino and Jota have actually played. So I think that's quite interesting, that adjustment in the positioning by Klopp. So the fact that he played there and he got 2 goals, my key player for me would be Mane.
Okay. Jim?
The obvious one would be to say Salah, but I'm not going to go for Salah because I think Salah's just standard operation now. It's just he plays, he scores, full stop. So I'm going to go for Diaz because, as I said, when I watched him, obviously he's new to us, but I thought that guy was everywhere. Every time I looked up, he had them gloves on. He was everywhere, and I think he really unsettled the whole Leeds midfield and defense by the way he ran up and down. He was buzzing around. He was stopping the ball from going backwards, forwards, round. And then when he got the ball and ran at speed at that defense, everyone looked shook. So I think he created opportunities for everybody else just by his strength and power. Yeah. So I'm going for Diaz.
Okay. And Bingy?
The midfield maestro, man, Thiago.
Okay. Midfield maestro, Thiago. Yeah. I can't knock what Jim's saying for real because Thiago does it.
He had a good game.
I do like that. He is everywhere. He's just on, and I like that attitude. That's very hard to instill in someone. So to have that naturally is brilliant for me. To have that naturally. So he's hungry, showing that he's hungry, and yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, Diaz was on stuff, and he does. When you do things like that, it does create opportunities for other people.
I think
good scouting.
Sorry,
sorry, go on, sorry.
I was just saying that's good scouting from the team.
Oh yeah. Well,
they've done their homework, man. Definitely.
That's another thing I was gonna pick up on a bit later, but we will get back to that.
Cool.
So, do you think that Liverpool was that great? Were Leeds that poor? What was it?
I'll say a bit of both, really. We were good, but at the same time, Leeds were poor. They are a lot better than that, but they got spanked in their last game. And playing us next definitely didn't help them one bit.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Stoney?
Yeah, I think I can only agree with Binky as well. I think the interesting thing with Leeds is we've probably seen that their squad depth with all of the injuries that they've had is obviously had a massive impact on their results. I mean, how long has their forward been out for? It has been such a long period of time that Bamford's out, and I say this in the most respectful way that James is not a target man. He's not a striker for Leeds. Not in the way in which they played. I actually thought they were actually going to play Rodrigo up front, but when Rodrigo played, he played in the midfield because they played at 4-1-4-1, so he played more in the midfield. Forshaw is absolutely nowhere on the level of what's the midfielder that's currently England that got injured? Pardon?
Is it Cavan?
Oh, Kelvin Phillips.
Yeah,
that's injured, isn't
Calvin
it?
Phillips.
Yeah. So Forshaw is trying to play in the same position as Kelvin Phillips. Definitely not on the same level. And they had Ayling and Streak at centre back. They were not going to breach us. I mean, Dallas has shown that he can play in so many different positions. He played right back for Leeds for that game against us. So I think for them, their squad depth, unfortunately, hasn't helped them out in the last few games. But I think we have to give our players some stripes there, man. We went there we were at home and we just put in a beautiful shift. To be up like 3-0 up after 33 minutes is like, okay, if you had tickets at Anfield, you're in a very good tickets and a pint. You're at a good game there at Anfield.
You're coasting. Mm-hmm. Jim, what do you reckon?
Yeah, you know what? It's actually funny because I don't normally agree with these two, man. So it's weird. You know what? I'm actually agreeing with the two of you, which is you know, it doesn't happen very often. But I think it was a bit of both. I really do. Leeds were awful.
Yeah.
We were absolutely outstanding. I mean, if I come at it from a slightly different angle, and I think it was good that you analysed the actual Leeds team, really. I think it's good to come at it from that angle. I think my thing would be, and it may be that this may be on your list, but why did we keep on most of our squad towards the end? When we were better in months.
Stick a pin right there.
Stop there.
We are going to get to that.
Okay, stop there. But like I said, I totally agree with the two man there. I'm not going to say more than that. Very well.
Nah, I believe it was a bit of 50-50. We were very, very dominant, but they were very, very poor, and they didn't really look like troubling us. When you look at it, 64% possession we had 23 shots and 15 on target. They had 3 shots and 2 on target in the whole 90 minutes. So that is a very, very dominant performance.
Yeah,
I must say. Yeah, very, very dominant. Okay, so as Jim was talking about, and I was going to mention, do you think that Klopp did it right in keeping on most of our big players when you're talking about taking off Thiago and Jones? You not think that some of the other players should have had a rest?
Who do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Whoever, man. Whoever. Take it out.
Yeah, man. As far as I'm concerned, we should take off everybody except Becca. Just left the goalkeeper. Take off the whole team. Right? Everybody go and sit down. Right? We're 3-0 up. It's half time. Everybody sit down. You know what? We just leave the goalkeeper, throw in Grandma and a couple of people from the stands just to stand there because these were that bad. And we've got Chelsea on Sunday.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you, I was sitting there. I wasn't happy that most of our players played towards the end.
Yeah.
I think to the bitter end. I was sitting there thinking, okay, isn't this like when you get to that stage where you start thinking, okay, it's time to bring on the actual fringe players, fling off a whole heap of subs, put on somebody else. I mean, but what do I know? I'm not Klopp. I'm sure he had very good reasons for it. But we had our 2 main attacking threats who just come back from a full AFCON, not even half full to the bitter end. They just played it. So I thought, these 2 men must be tired. They just played the tournament to the final.
And played extra time in how many games?
Exactly. So I just thought, oh, come on now. And take them off. Unless, I mean, I don't know, players, they, a lot of them, when they start getting taken off, they get vexed regardless.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my hat trick, or all that kind of nonsense. But as far as I'm concerned, like I said, take off the whole team, especially those 3. So I don't know what the wisdom in keeping them on for most of the time was. I don't know if you guys know, but yeah, I wasn't impressed with that particular element.
Ringy.
I would say that Klopp knows his team, though, isn't it? He knows his players, and most of them do more or less 90 minutes anyway. So I wasn't really too surprised about that. He made a few changes late on in the game, but like I said, him and his team, they know the players' fitness. So who can last 90 minutes and who can't, he will sub them off and bring them on. I mean, bring fresh players on. I was fine with it. I wasn't bothered about it because the players they'll be ready for Sunday. And like I said, they don't really get after that they had a warm down. I was watching a bit of LSC news. They have their warm down, and like I said, they know the players. So who can last 90 minutes? You see it with Salah pretty much every week anyway, and we pretty much play games every 3 days anyway. So it's not like they need lots of rest. And I do think that Salah and Mane do need a break though because of the AFCON. But the rest for me, I'm fine with. And you will see them still do that same performance come Sunday.
Okay, so just before I go to Stoney, see you said about it's all right, they can stay fit and whatever, but you have to remember it was about injuries, man, getting kicked, pulling something. That's what I'm talking about. So it's not
but that's the risk you take, innit? I guess in football.
You know, I know
it's all part and parcel of football.
But you know, you got these bad mind guys out there as well. You know, we're getting thrashed there. They got a cup final there. Have some of this.
And also,
but that ain't Leeds. That ain't Leeds. Sorry to cut in. That ain't Leeds though. Leeds don't play that kind of football. If that was like a Burnley, I'd more expect that. I don't think Leeds play that kind of football. Not now, anyway. Their players.
Sorry, just
every time we played them since Bielsa been managing them, I think they've been okay.
Just before you pass on, I think just the other thing, just to add to what Alvin's saying. Also, I know every 3 games, the rest of it, but we're playing Chelsea, you know. This isn't like we're not playing Burnley on Saturday. We're playing Chelsea on Sunday. So all the more reason to take this more seriously than you would do your run-of-the-mill, it's Burnley in 3 days' time. It's Chelsea. They've had 1 more day's
rest. They played the day before we did.
They're waiting for us. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm saying. Sorry.
All right, Stone.
No, I hear you. I totally understand that. Sorry.
I think momentum is an amazing thing sometimes. So I think with that we probably have to look at it like this. We're still in a shout to come away with.
Oh, Stoney.
It's frozen there.
The result.
It's back.
Yeah. Am I back? Yeah. All right. So I think the fact that we're able to put in a good shift against Leeds means that we're still in the Premiership. We're still in the Champions League. We're in the Carabao Cup final, and we're still playing in the FA Cup. So you can imagine, Mane can end up finishing his season with 4 pieces of silverware. That momentum,
5.
Well, 5. That
He just won the AFCON.
Sorry. That momentum, I think alone is going to hold us in good stead. So if we check it like this, we brought off Thiago and Curtis Jones, and we brought on Henderson and Milner, and then we also brought on Origi as well, didn't we?
Origi,
yes.
So I think in another sense, what it does, I think it will make Tuchel probably think and second guess who we may also feature for the final on Sunday. Everybody's going to be up for it. But yeah, I just think the timing was right. We've got players coming back from injury. We've got players that need a little run out. Keita didn't play. Ox didn't come on either. So no, I just personally I think it was fine. We went in that game. Mane brace, Salah brace. Both of our centre backs scoring as well, going into the final. That's calm. Yes, that's nice.
Okay, so before we move on, we're going to say, don't forget, peoples, like, share, and subscribe. We're going to say good evening to Reese, good evening to Rose, and good evening to Mr. B. And Reese is saying the title is ours.
Okay.
He said he thinks Mane did good in that game as well. And Rose is agreeing with Jim, saying that they think that Diaz had a good one. And Mr. B is just saying, hello, good evening, gents. And he wishes that he...
Evening, Mr. B.
Yeah, he wishes he could support a decent red team other than them Manx. Yeah. You know, don't worry, son. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. I'll feed it for you, bro.
It's never too late to change.
Exactly.
We want them. We don't want them, bro. We don't want them. We're good. We're good. We don't need them. They might come and bring bad energy. We don't need that.
You know what? You're right. Sorry.
So, talking about that, gents, do you think the upcoming game this weekend that we should play the players who got us there, or do you say, you know what, squash that, it's trophy time, we bring in the big guns?
I would say a mix. I would go with a mix. We already know that Kelleher's starting in goal. Konate's played a lot in there, so I expect him to.
Who would your team be?
Okay.
Your starting 11.
Kelleher, Timiskas at left back. Who did I say? Konate. I'm playing with VVD. Trent. Midfield, Henderson, Thiago, Fabinho. Up front, Salah, Mane, and I'll play Origi. I'll put Mane back on the right, sorry, and Origi up top.
Okay. Stoney.
You know, I'm quite.
Oops.
Oh, he's gone.
He's using the dial up again.
Yeah. Am I here?
You're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, fine. I'm a bit selfish, and I've got no space for sentiment. I'm just a man who just wants silverware, because the way I see it is, I know there's a lot of our players in our squad that don't consume any alcohol. So whatever they do after is to enjoy, they're going to be doing it. So I'm selfish, yeah. I'm confident that whether it's Keller or whether it's Allison that plays in goal at the back, we're fine. I still think we should start with Robbo. We should start with Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Henderson. I want, or I would like, Thiago to actually start. So if our midfield is Thiago, Henderson, and Fabinho, then I'll be happy there. And up front, Salah, Diaz, and Mane. Everybody else is going to receive silverware anyway, regardless whether they come on or whether they feature. They're going to receive some silverware. So yeah, I've got no space for sentiment. Let us go out there and get the silverware. So Salah, Mane, Diaz, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago in the midfield, Robbo, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, and whether it's Becker or Keller in goal, doesn't matter.
No, he's already stated that it's going to be Keller in goal. That's
fine. Well, you know what?
So
even if it's him, I still think as a young goalie and an understudy, I would be just as confident, because I believe that his performances this season.
Okay.
No, he's been impressive, 100%.
You're starting 11 for Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know what I think. Just everything Tony just said. I mean, I've got no, as I said again, you know me. I've got no qualms. Right? It literally is the starting 11. Everybody else, you're a fringe player. You're going to stay a fringe player. The only slight thing I would do, which is kind of interesting and odd for me, is the Ox fit?
Ox is fit.
Is he fit?
He is fit.
Because you know what? I don't know. It's talking about Ox and them sort of 20-minute impact, come in there, bang a goal, break his leg, and then sit down kind of thing. You know, there's something about him. He's sort of, I don't know. He starts off pretty like bang, 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 bang. I might, but the thing is, who would I take off though? I'm certainly not taking off any of our front three for Ox unless they were injured. So. Yeah, you know what? I'm taking that back now. I'm taking that back because I can't see where he could fit. He wouldn't take anybody's place that I can think of. I think if they're fit and foremost, but I do like Ox. He's probably when I do like people in my other group. They know that I've got a problem with Naby. So as far as I'm concerned, he ain't going nowhere. I've just got an issue about him. And how much money we paid and how he's constantly injured. So I think I would go with I'm sticking with our starting 11 full stop. Yeah, nothing more time.
All right, let me just throw a little spanner in the works, gentlemen, because there's one player you lot failed to mention, and they said that he is actually going to be fit for the final, and he's our second
Jota.
top goal scorer.
Is Jota going to be fit?
Jota.
He said he's going to be fit.
Okay, I thought his leg was still done.
No, they said he's going to be fit. All the reports have been that he's going to be fit. He's been out somewhere abroad receiving treatment. He's responded really well.
I think he went Italy.
Ready for Sunday.
No,
I don't think he's going to start though.
I wouldn't risk him, man. I'm sorry. I don't think we aren't struggling for forwards, right? Because all the main man never fit and playing. And from what I saw, the way he limped off and that big cast in his leg, and now you're telling me like a couple of days later he can come on and start playing. I'd be like, you know what, sit down. We've still got a whole heap of league games to play where we have to win to keep up with City. So there's no rush to bring him in because as I said, our main guys are fit and playing. So why rush him? Let him heal some more and play him in the other games. Like you said, Tony, he's still going to collect silverware if we win. So you know what? Nah, I wouldn't risk it. That's my thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't risk him. He's got so at the moment, and as he said, like what Jim was saying, we've got Jota with the ankle injury. We've got Firmino with the groin injury. And in my own head, I don't think we should risk it. I mean, after we beat Chelsea, then we've got Norwich
on Wednesday.
FA Cup.
Yeah.
So
FA Cup.
Don't risk it. I definitely wouldn't risk it.
Okay. He can get a cameo in the last 10-15 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So before we go on, I'm going to say good evening to Mark Foster. He's joined us again. Well done. Thanks for having us, Mark. Nice one.
Evening, Mark.
And he says 6 goals. He says Minamino, top scorer of the League Cup, 4 goals in 5 games. See, you haven't even mentioned him about getting a little appearance. So one thing
on the bench.
One thing I noticed that Stoney and Jim have both said was that, you know what? You're still going to get silverware anyway. That's easy for us to say as fans watching the game. But as someone as a baller who wants to actually play the game, it's not the same. I know I'm going to get silverware, but I didn't take part. I want to play.
And they did play a major part in us getting to the final. So
this
is why I say I'll give a Rigi out of them a game.
I played a major part in getting to the final, and then now I sit on the bench.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're a junior player, you're a junior player. Welcome to the big leagues. This is how we go. But when Man U get to the final or whoever, Chelsea, they don't say, "Oh, we got to take care of their feelings." They say, "You know what? Sit down. Thank you. You've done your job. You paid your excess amount of millions or whatever it is. Sit down. It's now time for us to get it over the line." And look, I put it this way. I mean, we are talking. It is football. Football is sentimental. We know that. But at the same time, I come back to my same thing. We're playing Chelsea. Yeah. We're playing Chelsea. Sorry, but Chelsea are going to come with all guns blazing because they ain't winning the league this year. They're not winning nothing else. So this is like one of their main trophies. So they're going to put on the full squad, and we know that their full squad is deadly, regardless of the league position. So that's why I'm saying is that we ain't got time for sentiment. It's nothing personal. It's business. And right now, thank you for getting us there. That was your job. You're a squad player. It's now for the big boys to take over and push it over the line. And you have taken part. You took part in round 6 or round 5 or round 4. You took part. Well done, son.
You man, you're hot. Bingy, are you agreeing with that, Bingy?
No.
Someone's got a heart, man. Come on, Bingy. Tell me, man. You got a heart. Tell me.
Yeah, I wouldn't start Minamino. I would start Origi. But we've more or less got with our main 11 anyway. So to start with 1 or 2 of them, I don't see how that's really going to have an impact or a negative impact on our team because the team is still very strong. So for us to start Origi I wouldn't start Minamino over anybody else. But I don't know. I would play Origi.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I don't mind.
And like we said, Jota's not wrong.
How you're feeling, Stoney, as well. You got no heart.
I've got no heart. Me and Jim are driving the same truck, drinking the same ice cold water. It's business.
You know what I mean, man.
Yeah. Afterwards, I'll tell you what, Minamino and Origi can be part of Salah and Mane's Instagram posts after when we're winning and we got the silverware. That's their place at the moment, yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, that is hard. So I did my job and I was only good enough to get you to the final, but now the final's here, I can't play.
Nah, look, Origi's not meant to be at the club. Minamino cost £7 million. They're part of the squad. Be happy.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
100%. But Origi's going into the season, innit? So he should be able to go out on a bow in a sense. So
Definitely.
even if he doesn't
Bingy,
start, as long as he comes off the bench, I'll be all right.
Okay. Even if he doesn't, he'll still be able to hold the silverware. He'll still get a medal. So he's still a winner.
Yeah.
I saw a little report the other day as well about Klopp talking about Origi, saying how he knows his place in the squad. He knows he's just a squad player, and he performs every time he comes on. He gets his head down. There's no strops or nothing like that. He's happy doing what he's doing. So he might be happy to keep him. He might even be happy to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep him.
Give him a new contract to do that. His deal's up.
Sorry, can I see? I want to keep him, but if what's his name at Leeds? Is it Rafinha? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's available. Yeah, I want him personally because I think he could fit into our squad. Firmino's. Let's be honest. I do love him. Oh, sorry.
That's actually on my list.
Let me stop. Sorry. Let me stop.
Actually, no, you can continue. I was going to say, all the talk about Rafinha, after the performance that you've seen him playing against us, would you still want him?
I'm going to go last because I don't want to upset anybody.
All right.
You're still upset people already anyway.
I'll go first. Yeah.
That's what you do.
I'll take him
every week, bro.
Yeah. Bobby, as much as I love Bobby, yeah, he's getting on. Yeah, and them injuries, all that, bruv, your time's done. Yeah, it's time to start to move aside, and we need somebody else to take that role. And I was a skeptic when we bought Jota. I was like, that guy used to play for like Wolves, so, but I was proven wrong totally. And he fitted into that system, and he's played very well. And the way I was watching Rafinha play, I thought, yeah, you could fit into this system. It's a Klopp system. You could play very well, and I think that with our aging squad, as in some of them up front, even and I'm going to whisper this, he's pushing 30. He's pushing 30, right? And,
yeah, he's pushing 30 goals. That's what he'd be pushing. He'll be pushing 30 goals.
Realistic.
Now he's gonna be 30, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 29.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think we just need to, I mean, if you think about, Ferguson's teams, he built teams, and he started by, however good you were, if you started hitting 30 plus, he had your next man behind him ready to start embedding him in and then putting him in. And I'm not saying we give them our 2 points. Don't get me wrong, people. Before anyone starts typing in what the hell is wrong with this guy, is he mad? I'm just saying that I think that he should be brought in now the same way as Jota, and we start thinking of the future.
Okay, Bingy, would you still want Rafinha after you've seen that performance?
He's a good player. I don't know, but he's not going to be replacing anybody for now. That's the sense. So he'll be riding the bench. And I don't know if he's going to be happy sitting on the bench from being a starter for Leeds to then come here and sit on the bench. He's good, but he's not going to dislodge anybody for now. So I don't know. If he's happy to come in and be a squad player, then cool. I'll have him, definitely. But yeah, it's what he wants, isn't it? But he's definitely good. I definitely do like him.
All right, come on, Stoney. Let's hear.
I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. I'm going to say Rafinha ain't got no space at Liverpool. No, I don't want him coming here. He's a very good player. He's shown that he's been effective for Leeds, and he's also shown that while he's played for Leeds, that he's now become a Brazilian international. Praise be to that brother. I'm looking at 2 signings for us in the midfield area. For Fabio Carvalho, that I still believe we're going to get on a free.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to play some form of
we'll pay
some form of money for him.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do, I don't think we're going to end up paying more than probably about £15 million. And if we do, that for a 19-year-old is amazing. So for me, we're looking at Carvalho and we're looking at Jude Bellingham, 2 midfield players. And bearing in mind, Carvalho can play offensively as well. So he can play as either number 8 or either wide position, or you can also play in an ambush where Jota and Bobby play as well. So yeah, we don't need Rafinha.
Right. Mark Foster, he's saying that Chelsea got no owners with this Russian thing, so they could be more worried about that than the cup at the moment. Oh, you lot are harsh, man. You lot are harsh. Mark's saying that Origi never moans. Origi is happy. Malachi, good evening, Malachi. How you doing, sir? He's saying Bobby's only 30. Think he's being moved out subtly by Klopp anyway, with Jota and Diaz by. So yeah, he's looking to move on. Mark's saying he thinks he goes with Stoney, that the Leeds boy stop at Leeds or goes to Bayern.
Yeah.
I like when we're looking at players, especially like if they're in the Prem and they're going to come up against us. I always say, all right, now watch them. Yeah, they're on fire against other teams. I want to see how they play against us, and that's a true judgment for me is how they play against us. And if you can't cut the mustard against us, for me, then it says a lot because that's the kind of player I want. That's the kind of player I want in my team. You come and give us trouble, then I'll say, okay, fair enough. But if you can't give us trouble, then what's the point in us getting you? Because we're about.
But you got to take into consideration Leeds' form at the moment. He's definitely a lot better than what he's been displaying recently.
Yeah,
I would say that for in his defense.
I was also going to ask, do you think that part of his performance was down to he's not been in the team the game before and that he was dropped? Maybe there's some issue there because he's arguably their best player, but he's been dropped. So he's had some kind of argument with Bielsa because I think they're saying defensively he wasn't doing his job. So that's why he was dropped.
They got no defense though.
But
yeah.
He's a good
they
player.
Don't defend, man.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's a very good player, but he's not what we're looking at, and he's not what we need.
He's you know what? He could go and have a good time at West Ham, something like that.
Yeah, or like little clubs like Man United. Clubs.
Or Arsenal,
Everton, Tottenham, Arsenal.
That's about his level.
Yeah.
That's about his level. So, gentlemen, what's the scores gonna be? Sunday.
What game, sir?
Sunday.
3-1 Liverpool. It's calm. It's as simple as that.
3-1
Liverpool.
Oh,
any Chelsea players, any Chelsea fans that
That's
come,
what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, I will buy you a Ribena or a little Capri Sun, and then we're good. 3-1 Liverpool.
And Jim, you're agreeing with 3-1.
Yeah,
You're breaking up a bit, Jim. Sorry. No, you're breaking up though. You sound like a Dalek.
Sounds like Ariel.
Speaker sounds a bit funny.
Nemo.
Bingy, what's your score?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said 3-1.
Oh, you're saying 3-1 as well?
I'm going with 3-1. Yeah.
Okay. So, Stoney, since you're saying 3-1, who's the goal scorers?
Mane, Brace, and Salah.
Bingy?
Yeah.
I would say, Salah's going to get 1. I think it's going to be 3 different goal scorers, but I'm not too sure. I think it's going to get the other 2. I think 1 may come from defense, from a corner or something, but I definitely think Mo will get 1. You know what? I'm going to say Kanate. I'm going to throw him in there. It'll be nice for him to get a goal.
Okay. Jim, let's see if you're back with us. You back? You're sounding like a Dalek, man.
Still sound like a Dalek,
Yeah. Mark Foster is saying Diaz brace and Fabinho Salah brace and Mane. Mark Foster's going for 6.
Wow.
I'd love that.
Yeah, of course we will.
I hope you're right, mate.
Do you know why I don't want it to be 6-0? Because I got work on Monday. I don't want it to be us all drunk up in Hanger Lane on white rum and funny fizzy drinks.
I think it's too
It
late.
don't matter, man. It'll be worth it, man.
Too late for that. Yeah. What's the chance with 50 guys getting together? Something's gonna go down. I'm telling you. I believe it's gonna be like 3-1, 3-2. Because like Jim was saying earlier, Chelsea will be giving it their all. It won't be easy. And a lot of the times as well, I do find that when we're playing Chelsea, sometimes we do struggle to make clear-cut chances. We do. They tend to defend very dogged and well against us.
Well, yeah, they're very well organized, isn't they?
Yeah, they are. They definitely are. But I still believe it can be. I still believe we can get 3-2. And I believe, as Mark Foster just said, Diaz brings us a different level. It's very true. And I think he could be that difference.
That's true.
He could definitely
an unknown entity for them.
100%. Because like that pace at running at people as he does and his energy, that's going to be the one, man. That is going to be the one. So what do you reckon Chelsea's starting lineup will be?
Once again, I'm happy to go last.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know they got a few injuries, but I don't know who's in or out with them. I would say Mendy in goal.
Oh, 100.
Rudiger. Rudiger. Aspilicueta, if I'm pronouncing his name right.
Yep.
Who else is in their defense? I can't remember their players. I think a couple of them got a knock in their Champions League game the other day, so I'm not too sure if those guys are going to be fit.
What's the guy's name? Ex PSG player.
Thiago.
Yeah.
Thiago.
Defender.
Yeah, I think he would. If he's fit, he will play. So yeah, Rudiger, Thiago, Aspilicueta, Alonso. Is he fit?
Yeah, he played the other day.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, so I think that will be their back four or back five. I'm guessing Lukaku would start with yeah, I think Kovacic. Is he still? I think he's not. He wasn't injured, was he?
No, he played. Kovacic played. Yeah.
I think two of them they get a knock. So I'm not too sure who else will play for them, but I would guess him. Havertz. I don't expect to see Werner starting, and maybe Mason Mount.
So then, what? No Ziyech.
Interesting.
Who have I said? I think I've missed one player out, so more probably him. So no, so I can't forget Kante. What am I going mad? Kante, he's definitely going to start. He's definitely going to be playing. So I expect it to be him, Havertz. Who else have I said? Lukaku
and Mount. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, Jim. I think you're still sounding like a Dalek, mate. I think you might have to go out and come back.
Yeah, it's still sounding like a Dalek.
Yeah, still a bit off.
Go out and come back. So Sony.
Yeah, I must admit. How did Chelsea do in the World Club Cup? I must admit, I didn't watch it. They won
on penalties.
They won on penalties.
Was
okay.
it penalties or did they get a last-minute winner?
Right, okay. All right. I'm not too sure.
They won it though. They won it.
They did. All right, no problem. I think for Sunday, obviously they're going to roll with a big squad, but I think this starting 11. I think Mendy's going to start in goal. I think Sarr's going to play at left back. I think they're going to have Rudiger and Silva at centre back, and they're going to play Christensen at right back for Sunday.
Okay.
I think they're going to start with Jorginho in the middle, Conte one side with Pulisic on the other. I agree with you, RT. I believe Ziyech is going to start the right forward, Lukaku and Havertz over on the left. So I think they're gonna start with the same formation as us, 4-3-3.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I want Lukaku to play.
Yeah.
Because he ain't gonna give us no smoke. So and give him the armband as well. On Sunday. Because he's not peas.
Do you not think though that he's got something to prove?
Listen, Lukaku's had something to prove, brother, since he's come back. And for whatever reason, I am not questioning Lukaku's ability. I'm not questioning that. I just don't believe at the moment Chelsea are playing to Lukaku's strengths. That's just my opinion.
100%.
No, 100%.
I don't think they're playing to his opinion. And I don't think they're going to play to his strengths on Sunday either.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to play.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I don't know if I'm back or if
yes, you are 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think Chelsea's lineup's going to be then?
Yeah, you know what? And I heard exactly what you man said, and I think again I'm not going to repeat all of it there. I think you mentioned Kante in midfield, didn't you? Because there's actually no way he's not going to be there, and he's probably a slight worry because you know what? I think I'm less worried of our midfield than I was previously because I think I think he'll get handled better than he has been in the past, depending on who we put on him, put it that way. I think the actual debate on Lukaku is the one that I'm kind of more focused on, just like you guys, because he didn't play on Saturday, if I remember rightly, or the last time they played. He didn't play. They kept him on the bench. I don't know if they kept him on the bench because they were keeping him warm for the Sunday game, but I doubt it. I think
he started.
He started. Did he start? Okay.
Well, I think I ain't gonna swear on it, but I think he did start. And then I think they brought Werner on for him late.
They played against Palace.
Yeah. Did he start? Did he play?
He did.
He started. Did he get taken off halfway?
7 touches, and one of them was from kickoff.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, you know what? And I want him up front because I think Virgil will have him on lock. And I thought, no, bring him on. I want him on because, as I said, we'll have him on lock. He's not coming out of that pushing nobody around, in that usual manner. But I don't think Chelsea are going to play him. I don't think they're going to start him. I might be wrong, but as I said, I sort of think with the way they got Havertz and Ziyech, I just sort of think they're going to try and play. If they play Lukaku, they know that they're going to play to our strengths, let's just say, because of the high line we play, etc., etc. I mean, I might be wrong, and he might just fly past us all and bang and hold it for goals. But I can see the offside every 5 seconds if he's there. It's not, as I said, I'm not so worried about their forward line. I think the battle against Chelsea is the midfield is where we're going to have to beat them. We have to beat them in midfield because their defence, don't worry me. I think our players can breach that defence. Their forward line, yeah, so what? We can have them. But that midfield, I know what's his name, Jorginho, as I said, Kante, Silva. I think is he fit? Still playing?
Yeah.
Midfield is. See, all them, man. If they start playing well against us, I think we may have a slight problem there. But I'm hoping that the way Diaz plays, they'll be more worried at us coming forward.
Mm-hmm.
They should be worried. If I was Chelsea, I'd be more worried about what this front three are doing. They're coming at us. They're coming at us with pace. They're trying to bang in. So hopefully the midfield won't function because everybody will be so worried hanging back. I do think, and I don't know, I know you guys will predict the scores. I was going for 2-1, because I wasn't going for 3-1 because I'm sitting there thinking whoever scores first, obviously, is going to have the advantage, obviously. And in the past, we've kind of, I don't know how we started, and I'm a bit worried at how we will start the game. But assuming we score first, then I think if we score first, then Chelsea are going to be on the back foot all the way through. Because then all we're going to do is just come, attack. Diaz coming this side, and everybody else coming towards them. So assuming we score first, I'm going for 2-1, because I think they will score eventually. But by that time, we'd have hopefully banked in 2 to 3 goals. And I can just be sitting there waving my flag and laughing at all the Chelsea man then.
Yep.
Yeah?
Mark Foster is saying he doesn't care who they bring. We're going to smash them anyway. He said they might not turn up if they don't get any wages.
Oh, and wow.
They did win the World Cup Championship with he was a last-minute winner.
Okay.
And he's asking, is Werner fit? Well, Werner came on against Palace. He did come on. But he's saying Mark is also saying, just give the ball to Diaz and let him run.
True.
Let him run at him. Okay.
Can I ask, are we overconfident?
No, I don't think we're overconfident. I don't think we've got every right to be confident. Every right now to be confident. Even though it's a one-off game, we've got every right to be confident going into this. Right now, we've been on a high for a minute. We've been on a high, so we've got no reason not to be confident. We've got even more so because look at how we've closed the gap on Man City. We've turned things around. It's giving the team belief. It's giving the team belief and momentum. So we've got every right to be confident, as far as I'm concerned.
Good. Yeah. I agree. 100%.
Yeah,
I agree, because I know they talk about, you got to walk in there and respect. I'm like, forget respect. We're coming here to beat you. We're better than you. I'm not here to be shaking hand, and let's shake hand after I'm holding the cup in one hand.
Yeah.
Then I can shake your hand with the other hand. Until then, this is, I'm not here for that, because I really believe all this fair play and all this. Forget that. Forget that. You know, we're here to beat you. Let's chat afterwards. So yeah, I believe that.
100% here to win it. Gentlemen, it's been a blast. Thanks very much for joining me. So we're going to say good night, Mr. Bingy.
Good night, sir. Good night, Stoney. Good night, Jim.
Good night,
Thank
Jim.
you, all, guys. Next time.
Good night, all. Do remember, share the link, subscribe so you get that notification. Share it out. Tell everybody the word. It's all about Cop Talk each and every Thursday, 10 o'clock, right here on YouTube. Peoples, we will see you all next week.